Okay, here's the exterior facade of the building. It appears there's cracking all the way down the whole face of the building. You got cracks all the way down the transition points that they've tried to fill with some type of silicone-based material. Coming around the side here, just speaking with the manager, we're getting moderate to heavy water intrusion under these eaves. If you come underneath here, it's just all the eaves are pouring in water on these interior offices that are behind these doors. Whole side of the building's been covered with vinyl siding, and then as you can see here too, all the eaves just have wire mesh on them all the way across the whole building. So anytime there's any type of rain, it'll go right up into the storage units. All these eaves and soffits need to be insulated as well as covered all the way down the whole length of the building. This building appears to be 250 feet in length, maybe. What do you think this is?
It's along with the football field, ain't it?
300 feet?
Yeah, 320.
At least 320 feet of eaves that all need to be replaced. All the electrical conduit here for the air conditioning system. So we follow the conduit down. It's all broken. It's all broken here and exposed, falling off the building all the way down. You can see that along the bottom of the screen there. You can notice all these doors. I mean, they're just totally destroyed. Totally destroyed. And I mean, the wood is totally saturated. I mean, upon touching it, it just disintegrates here. That's probably due to the effects of termites that had infested the building for a number of years before they finally vented and killed them recently. An issue you're going to have with these doors upon doing some research is these are going to be required to stay from the Historical Society. This building falls in the Auburndale Historic Society jurisdiction, and all these doors are going to need to be custom rebuilt, probably at the tune of $1,200 a piece. $1,200 a piece. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 doors. You're looking, 18 times $1,200 to $1,500 a door. All the windows, water intrusion coming across the top. Highly recommend replacing them with a solid storefront style system. All these exterior beams, it's about time for a paint job. All the paint's coming off and we're getting rust,
Catch this down here.
Oh yeah, you can tell too that there's been major oxidation on this building before, which was just simply covered with paint. You see that? Here's your I-beam. This looks like an I-6 by maybe 30. Here, it's totally been destroyed and just painted over. Let's go down the next one. Similar situation there. Yeah, they look like they're all kind of like that, huh, Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that here? It looks like to me, Marty, that this building was here, and this system, they came in after the fact and poured these spot footings and put up the steel to hold the structure in place. Yeah. So this whole exterior skeletal system has been built after the fact to keep the structure from falling over, it looks like. Here's the north side of the building where we have a lot of damaged windows that have been broken out all over. Major structural cracks in the building. Used to be an old awning here, it appears, and a rail stop, but it's all just been torn out. So something needs to be addressed with this side of the building. Probably remove all this exterior metal and wood and maybe stucco it to improve the integrity. You can just see where all the concrete damage has happened. Then as we go down here towards the end, we have this wooden section, which we showed you the interior version, but all this wood is rotten beyond repair. It's just this whole section of wall, probably 60 or 80 feet. So here we have the open warehouse portion of the facility. This whole wall appears to be in good condition. However, this north wall, once again, we have the open rafters across the whole top for weather to get in. Towards the edges of the eaves, we have a lot of these cedar 2x, man, those almost look like 16s or 18s with sagging going through them. You have to get a structural engineer to certify that this is okay. Here we have just hodgepodge of block work done throughout the facility. Something would need to happen here to try to get this cleaned up. Then again, you can see the exposure to the elements here, how this building is just basically Swiss cheese all over the place. So right here, the structure looks moderately okay. But as we get down here towards the end, I mean, this whole portion of the wall is going to need to be completely replaced. So we probably have a good 90 feet that all this wood will need to come out. We'll need to come back in with steel stud framing, metal decking. This will be a significant cost right here. We'll get that bid out, so we'll know. So here we're back in the climate control space. They have all these windows that aren't secured. So I mean, Central Florida, a window that's not secured, if we get a high wind, that thing will blow right open. And I'm surprised they didn't break out this last storm we just had. But, you know, also very inefficient for energy use. We're in an air-conditioned space. So as you can see here, they just put a soffit on the ceiling here. Very minor insulation. And I bet their utility bill here is a small fortune. Area, upon doing some investigation, none of the nuts on these I-beams, all the nuts are gone off the anchor bolts. And that's typical in everything. So my conclusion is they've been rusted off and just painted over. Yeah, you can see it even worse on this. This used to be a bolt here. The bolt's totally rusted and broken off. Same on the other side. So on all these columns, there's no nuts because they've all been rusted off and broken.
Holy shit.
Okay, so here we are at the rear of the building. Terrible, terrible metal work. I mean, you can just see the number of times it's been patched. How's that foundation? Does that foundation look solid?
Do they have like a loading dock in here? What is it, a stem wall or what?
Again, here, all terrible sheet metal patching. Come inside the structure.
This is what I was talking about.
Same thing. All the wood here. I mean, this is all just,
Petrified.
yeah. I mean, does it come apart or is it solid?
What?
Does it just look ugly? The wood. Grab it.
You can tell there's
Does it
thermite
break?
been in here.
Oh yeah, look at that. You can see this whole thing was infested with termites. Look at all the termite tunnels, all the way up the whole thing.
Look at that, shut it.